Welcome back to more of Into the Lore of Dead by Daylight. Today we are looking at the latest chapter that came into this game of Cat and Mouse, The Walking Dead. But this version of this universe is a bit different than the one some people will know, with its survivors, Rick and Michonne Grimes, and the place that they came with. Let's see what this apocalypse world has in store for us. The new place is called Fallen Refuge. Associated realm, Withered Isles. Amid the overgrown grass, a new structure rose from the darkness, twisted and contorted as if from a dream, melding the architecture of a prison tower and an erstwhile safe haven for the survivor of an apocalypse outbreak, and a hospital that once healed the people of King County. Its cruel form stretches into the night sky, a mockery of what these structures represented. Symbols of security and compassion, corrupted into cruel reminders that those in the entity's realm are always watched and can never leave. Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes was a sheriff deputy who awoke from a coma to a strange new world. Reanimated by an unknown pathogen, the dead now walked the earth, single-mindedly hunting the living. As society fell, so too did the constructs that were taken for granted. Rick was no longer an officer of the law, but a survivor, like every living human in the early days of the apocalypse. Due in part to his ability to adapt to the harsh new world without entirely sacrificing his morality, Rick became the de facto leader of a group of survivors. They scrambled to find food and shelter in a world overrun by walkers, the name given to the resurrected dead. Though they fared better than most, Rick lost countless friends and family members over the years, including his wife and son. Safe havens were often all too temporary, as human-led conflicts proved deadlier than the walkers they sheltered from. Despite hardships, there were moments of joy to be had. Rick discovered that even after the trauma he endured, and despite his endless sense of duty, he still had the capacity for intimacy. He fell in love with Michonne, a woman with keen wits matched only by her skill with a sword. Together they joined the community of Alexandria, finally finding some semblance of normalcy. Peace proved to be fleeting, and when a herd of walkers threatened the community, Rick acted as a decoy to lead them away. Exhausted and gravely injured, he brought the walkers to a bridge and set off explosives. Caught in the blast, Rick was thrown to the ground. Black fog billowed over his vision. He lost consciousness. Somewhere in the darkness, he heard Michonne calling for him. With the last of his strength, he reached out to her, but it was not her hand that met him, only the chilling fog and the crackling sound of a campfire. Rick Grimes is the leader of a group of post-apocalyptic survivors. His personal perks: apocalyptic ingenuity, come and get me, and teamwork. Toughen Up allow him to remake broken pallets, help vulnerable teammates, and be discreet when injured. Apocalyptic ingenuity. You salvage what little there is to defend your team. Unlocks potential in your aura reading ability. The auras of broken pallets are revealed to you within 32 meters. After unlocking or rummaging through 2 chests, Apocalyptic Ingenuity gains a special ability. While standing next to the location of a broken pallet, press and hold the active ability button for 4 seconds to use it. Rebuilds it as a fragile pallet. Fragile pallets instantly break when dropped.
Without defenses, this place is worthless.
Come and get me. You risk your life to save others. After unhooking a survivor while crouched and stationary, press the active ability button to trigger the following effects. Suppresses the creation of grunts and pain, pools of blood, and scratch marks for all injured or dying survivors, within 24 meters of your location for the next 15 seconds. Causes you to scream and reveal your aura to the killer for 5 seconds.
We're the ones who play.
Teamwork, toughen up. You maintain your composure under immense amounts of pain. While injured, whenever another survivor within 24 meters of your location blinds the killer by any means or stuns them using a pallet, Teamwork Toughen Up triggers its effects. Suppress your grunts of pain and the creation of pools of blood and scratch marks for 30 seconds.
They're fucking with the wrong people.
Rick Grimes, a leader, and an inspiration to what people can do who are pushed to the brink of survival. Luckily for him, he isn't alone, because a familiar face will be by his side, like always. Michonne Grimes. Michonne enjoyed a comfortable life with her boyfriend and son before the world fell apart, when a horrifying new pathogen broke out, killing the living and reanimating the dead as walkers. She did everything within her power to protect her loved ones, but her boyfriend, Mike, couldn't handle the pressure of survival. Walkers overtook the camp while Michonne was on a supply run, turned Mike and devoured their son, Andre. Alone and emotionally hardened, she trotted with the dismembered, shambling corpses of her partner and his friend. For a long time, she didn't let anyone into her life. Then she met the Grimes family. Despite some initial distrust, Rick eventually invited her into the community, and they grew close over time. In Rick, she found a dependable partner in combat, a faithful friend, and eventually, a lover. Even in the face of direst circumstances, the collapse of their communities, the threat of their factions, the deaths of innumerable friends, the two propped each other up and safeguarded each other's humanity. They settled into a new community, Alexandria, and over many months were able to adapt to and thrive inside the safety of its massive walls. But nothing good ever lasts. Things started going off the rails, and Michonne watched as Rick sacrificed himself to save Alexandria. Despite having seen the bridge explode with him on it, she could not accept his death. She continued protecting her community and raising her young family, but she could not shake the feeling that he was out there, somewhere. Ultimately, she set forth alone into unexplored territory to find Rick, to find answers, and to reunite her family. Before long, she began hearing a voice, weak at first, coming from the tree line. She unsheathed her sword and crept towards it. As she got closer, she could make out the voice. Rick. Michonne crept forward, entering what seemed like a burrow, crawling ever forward, closer to Rick's voice. When the tunnel became too narrow, she dropped her sword to keep moving. A pinhole of light appeared on the horizon. Not the sun, though. A campfire. And she found herself somewhere completely foreign, weaponless, surrounded by new dangers far more nefarious than walkers. Michonne Grimes is a relentless protector, living in a community of post-apocalyptic survivors. Her personal perks, conviction, last stand, and teamwork throwdown allow her to make one last push after being downed, stun the killer with a fast vault, and empower the survivors after a tense chase. Conviction. Sometimes one last push means the difference between death and survival. Whenever you are in the dying state, after healing another survivor for the equivalent of one health state, conviction activates. While active, press the active ability button after reaching at least 25% recovery progress to trigger the following effects. Instantly recover from the dying state, inflicts a broken status effect after recovery, causing you to automatically re-enter the dying state after 30 seconds.
It's enough to keep going. Keep trying. Keep fighting. Keep dreaming.
Last stand. Even when things are at their worst, your spirit is indomitable. After staying in the terror radius without being chased for 90 seconds, Last Stand activates. While active, perform a rush vault action to trigger its effect. Stun the killer for 3 seconds if they are within 2.5 meters of that vault. Last Stand is disabled for the remainder of the trial after use.
Some bullies think that others, you gotta fight.
Teamwork, throwdown. You know the best way to even the odds is to empower those around you. Whenever you blind a killer by any means or stun them using a pallet, Teamwork Throwdown triggers its effects. Grants the endurance status effect to all other injured survivors within 24 meters of your location for 10 seconds. Michonne Grimes, a protector to those that need her. With her and Rick back together, the survivors have two powerful allies at their side that keep them alive just a little bit longer.